Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Heartland Mamas. I'm Marie Briel.
And I'm Heidi Henry, coming to you from our separate studios at the edge of the Great Red Divide, practicing social distancing.
So, we really need your input. This is our first time doing video remotely and together. So, let us know. Check us out on YouTube, social media, wherever you get your podcasts,
Heartland
Demcast
Mamas,
USA, MAMAS.
heartlandmamas.com.
So, check us out. And now you've got some time. Catch up on all the latest and greatest.
Yeah, the last 82 two episodes are there waiting for you. So check us out. And today, Marie, I get to wear these special orange headphones.
Oh, they're so
I know. I'm going to
exciting.
call my COVID-19 headphones. So,
I'm a little jealous.
well, my son was a gamer. And thank you. Big shout out to our producer, Chris Henry, for setting this up for us today because, yeah, it was not my science, not
We were
working.
struggling, friends. We did good to get my voice on the thing last time.
Yeah.
So
So we had to remote from Kelowna, Illinois, a little tiny garden spot out by Quad Cities. To Marseilles to get this done. So, Maria wanted to talk about some of the BS that's going on right now and some of the
oh,
hot points that we need to discuss with COVID. And every time we say we're done doing COVID shows, stupid people happen and we have to talk. We have to talk about the
can
stimulus
I
package. We have to talk about what stupid people have done. And we have to talk about really stupid people named Glenn Beck going forward. So, Marie,
okay, here's I would like to Rick Santos. Okay. So I would like to just preface this show with if you are under the age of 18 or your parents are in the room, wait until they're not or put your earbuds in because I am going to use profanity.
are you
It is
really?
going to come out. We do not have to worry about being demonetized on YouTube because we aren't monetized yet. So just be prepared. I'm about done with stupid people. Okay, carry
Okay.
on, Heidi.
Well, Marie, let's talk a little bit about the stimulus package because I saw Chuck Schumer on TV several times today. And, for me to watch TV, you know that we're on some type of house arrest. What do they call this? Social distancing, shelter in place,
Shelter in
which
place.
I'm all for because I don't like to get sick. So you want me to stay home on the farm? I'm good with it. I've got plenty to do out here. So, but if I'm watching TV, you know that I've run out of stuff to do. So when I see Chuck Schumer with a very fluid stimulus package, because it's in the Senate right now and it hasn't gone to the House, and it's going to get some more changes before it gets passed. But a lot of Republicans have become Democratic Socialist, Marie, for the small amount of $1,200 per person. And I'm just saying, if this is how we can
Okay,
get progressive change done in the United States, is cheap. So,
pandemic.
yeah, pandemic.
You
Oh,
know,
everybody becomes a
here's the
Democratic
thing.
Socialist.
This brings up something that I've been thinking about, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about how we're seeing all these posts about the real heroes being the grocery delivery folks and the baggers and the checkers
My
and the
Schwan's man was
nurses.
by today. Schwan's man.
Oh,
He came by
see,
today.
and the
Yeah.
frontline responders and those folks and how we really praised all those folks during 9/11 too, and
Because he
how
came to
they
work.
were the ones opening their restaurants. They were the ones in ground zero. They were the ones doing everything they could to keep the city pumping, right? And that's what
Yeah.
we're seeing now. That they're
Yep.
the ones. And guess what? They're going to be the ones that get screwed in the end of
Absolutely.
this.
When I read the Republican plan that was floating around yesterday, the Mitch McConnell, we don't give a shit if you're poor plan, floating around the United States, around the internet, reading it, it's like the poorer you are, the less you got. So I was glad that Chuck Schumer went back and Elizabeth Warren had a lot to do with it, and Bernie Sanders, and put together. Amy Klobuchar chimed in. A lot of people that ran for president, all the Democrats got in there and dug in their heels for working families and for poor people to get money. And we do know that the demographics, especially in the South, that are Trump supporters, I can't wait to get the stimulus check. not realizing that $1,500 one time or $3,000 per family will pay your rent and maybe buy you a few groceries, and that's it. Then you better figure out what you're doing because there's no more coming. It's all going to corporate America, even under the Democratic plan. So, Maria, just
So
wanted
this
to.
is what's in the newest version,
Mm-hmm.
updated just a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
So what they're doing is they are going to do direct payments to individuals.
right. You have to have.
Single Americans, $1,200. Married couples, $2,400. Parents, $500 for each child under 17.
Mm-hmm.
The payments would start to phase out for individuals with incomes over 75,000.
Right.
Those making over 100,000 won't qualify at all. The Department of Education is going to suspend all student loan payments without penalty through September.
Okay, that's
It
new.
doesn't.
Is it
It
just the
doesn't
interest?
say.
Because my kids, the people that my kids don't have a lot of student loan debt, but what they do, they told them it was just interest only that they were waiving, but they're very low interest loans, so it wasn't a really big. I don't know.
So, what it is that it is, they can have their payments suspended, no, and they will still accrue interest on it,
Oh, that's
but they
lovely.
don't have to make their
You know,
payments.
here's what I would have done, Marie, is I would have fought for full student loan forgiveness because that demographic is going to need the money. They are going to spend the money and they are going to grow the country forward from this. That demographic, those with student loan debt, those are the ones that we really need to save and get out there financially because they're going to grow the economy much better than, uh, than what we have. So, that's my thought on that. I don't know. What do you think, Murray?
Yeah, um, I don't know. From what I gather from that
Mm-hmm.
generation is they are very fearful as it is and have a hard enough time making ends meet, whether it's paying student loans
Mm.
or and we don't, and this is only for 60 days. So it's like 2 months
You're not
right
giving them
now.
anything if you're still making it accrue interest, just waiving the
Oh no,
payments.
until September. It's 6 months. It's six
Eh,
months.
it's
Period.
still the interest
Why
is still
couldn't we
adding
waive
up.
the interest?
Why couldn't we
Right.
just
Why
waive
couldn't
the?
we waive the
Why
interest?
couldn't we give them $60,000 off of whatever they owe? My kids don't even owe that, but certainly I know people that do owe over $100,000, giving them money towards their future. This is what I see as an investment in this demographic. But I know that we're never going to get that type of legislation at the federal level because they're so interested in what goes on at a corporate level. But I'm telling you, you people with student loans, we have to do something for you. And we've got to get this taken care of. I think a pandemic is a great time to get that done for you, but I guess it's not going to
I
happen this time.
agree, but I think they really should have waived the interest too. But hey, if that's what got everybody on board, that's what got everybody on board. So then
Yeah.
they also in it was delaying the real ID. Now you know about the real ID, right?
Yes, yes, I do. You know what
The
that is for?
federal ID that every state has to have everyone switch over to, or you're not a real person.
Because they want to keep people who are illegal immigrants and immigrants from flying state
Right.
countrywide. Yeah, we already know it's a big bigoted, racist POS thing. I got you. My husband went and got one, and you know what? I told him, I said, I'm just gonna wait because I never go anywhere anyway, so I may never get
So
one.
they extended,
Real ID.
right? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they extended the deadline to September of
Just
2021,
not buying into that
a
racist.
year out,
Okay.
which was good. They are boosting unemployment benefits.
I
So
know for
it's
4
giving
months they'll get.
jobless workers
Yeah.
an extra $600 a week for 4 months on top of their state benefits,
Mm-hmm.
which range from 200 to 550 a week. So they'll be getting an extra $600 a week in their unemployment
A
benefits,
week
which
or
is
a month? I
awesome.
think it's a month.
A week.
A week.
give jobless workers an extra $600 a week
Well, that's
for
good.
4 months
Okay.
on top of that does seem like a whole lot.
Yeah, Lindsay Faint
Maybe
and
it's a
Couch
month,
Graham is
even though it
afraid.
says it's on CNN. Hang on,
Yeah.
hang on, hang on. Like, no, it's wow. Okay.
Per week?
So, pardon?
It's a per week thing?
It's
That's a
a per week. While the extra money in the deal wouldn't fully replace lost wages for higher
mm-hmm.
placed workers,
Yeah.
it would add to everyone's benefits.
Okay.
So
I
some
know.
of the Republicans aren't real happy about that one.
Well, and I
It
know
oh,
that they took the for large business and small businesses like mine, is we can get small business direct loans that we have to repay. For somebody like me that's self-employed, at one point we were excluded from getting the check. And I was okay with that. They also were going to exclude people that were collecting Social Security because, they're not working. But we have ancillary costs that come with all of this. And my husband and I are in a different position than you and your husband because you're still in the working world. Being self-employed, I don't pay into Social Security. I pay into a separate account. So, but if I do have, I've had to cancel writing lessons out here and training and birthday parties like crazy. That is cutting into my income. I don't get that replaced, but I can apply for a loan if I can't make ends meet. And God, I lost so much money last year from the rain. I can hardly wait for
oh,
this
I
year.
know.
So between that
Well,
and the tax changes, Murray, it's sinking this ship. So
I
thank God I don't have
know.
a mortgage.
Well, for other folks whose ships are sinking,
Yeah.
they did also add up to 13 weeks of benefits that will be covered by the federal government.
That's great.
So whether you're state 12 or 28 weeks,
So come out and
you'll
take
get the
writing lessons
extra.
at Heidi's place. So and the money should
So
start flowing next week. If we get this passed in the
uh,
House and the Senate and the President signs it.
I wouldn't hold my
Breath. People,
fingers on that one.
if you're waiting for your $1,500 or $1,200 Democratic socialist payment, Trumpians, you're not going to get that till May. So just ease up on getting that new big screen, baby. Sorry, that was really mean. I'm sorry.
So, a few more pops that come in were that Trump businesses can't get any money.
I love that the Trump businesses, nor can any officials, anybody in upper
Yep.
government, none of them can
Any member
profit
of
from this.
Congress and the spouse, child, son in law, or daughter in
I
law
love that
will
they put
be
son-in-law in.
barred.
So
I love that they put it in so specifically.
yes.
That was
So Jared
awesome.
Kushner, you're out. So wait, I
Yeah,
was going to
well,
say something
he's just
really
not going to be
nasty.
able to make any money for it. Now, when they
He'll
realize they
find a
can't
way.
make any money from it, maybe they'll do a better job at it.
Duh. That's been the whole holdup this entire time. Is you've got Kushner, Azar, Mnuchin, and Trump trying to figure out how to make money off of people's pain and
Oh,
suffering
I
and
know.
death. So the fact that they
Oh, I
can't,
know.
and no foreign companies can get money. So cruise lines, sorry, you're SOL. We're not helping you. You fly under the Jamaican flag, not helping you.
But
So
he did not get any funding for the border wall.
no, good.
And he did not, but the airlines and air
The airlines are going to need money.
industry got what they wanted.
Hospitality is going to need. They're going to in restaurants are going to need money. So, and the thing with that money is it's not a bailout that they get to keep the cash. It cannot go to stock buyback or CEO bonuses. It's only a loan and they have to pay it back. And I'm sure their
Yes.
attorneys right now are working out ways where they don't have to pay it back. But, because we know you sneaky bastards and we see you, but that is the plan right now. So that's kind of
So they did.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, that's kind of where we are on the stimulus package. And the thing with the stimulus package is it is a very fluid document right now. And we don't really know where the chips are going to land completely because once the Senate passes it, it's got to go to the House. and the House is going to do the voodoo they do so well. Then it'll go back to the Senate. Then it'll go to the president's desk. So it's got a lot of moving parts to it already. And Murray's right. The money should be flowing next week. Will it get caught up in politics? Yeah, probably.
And the big reason that I think that they added the unemployment benefit
Mm-hmm.
in was because they know that giving the stimulus check to so many people is logistically a nightmare. They're not going to have checks until, the middle of April at the
Yeah,
earliest.
and
So
and I'm
by
thinking it'll be May.
infusing the money directly into each state's unemployment, you have payrolls and ways to get that money there faster.
Right.
So I think that was why they made that change.
Right. And I think it's a good change. We'll see how it goes, and certainly we'll update you or keep an eye on our pages for that. But I wanted to talk to you too, Murray, about some of the things that are going on in New Orleans right now. New Orleans had Mardi Gras, of course, back in February. And we really didn't know, I don't think, then exactly what we were dealing with here in the United States. We had been gaslighted so badly by the federal government. We didn't know. And they weren't paying enough attention. Mardi Gras went on. I don't know if you've ever been to New Orleans, and if you haven't, you should go as soon as this dies down because it's fabulous. I would not recommend for Mardi Gras because one hurricane and somebody might, and that's a drink, might find you under a park bench somewhere, and there's a lot of people out there. But I would totally recommend going to New Orleans. And the food is fabulous, the music is outstanding, and hurricanes are delicious. So, but they had all of those.
The drink, not the flying things.
No, the drink. And you can get them pretty much, you can knock on anybody's door and say, I need a hurricane, and they'll hand it to you. But at least that's what it felt like the last time I was down there. Anyway, so Mardi Gras went on, and now New Orleans, Orleans Parish is the hotbed for COVID-19. They are having epic numbers ramping up there so quickly that they're not as high as New York or California, but they're getting close, and they expect to exceed those numbers shortly.
They also had told anyone who had traveled to Mardi Gras prior to New Orleans, prior to and up to through Mardi Gras, should self-quarantine and seek a test. So it wasn't just all the people coming in. It is an entire state celebration. It's a source of pride. It
Huge.
Is entrenched in. It's like college football, man. It's like Friday Night Lights.
The mummers
okay
start planning the day Mardi Gras ends for the next Mardi Gras. It's huge, and it's exciting, and it's wonderful and colorful.
And so people come from all over Louisiana and all over the world, and that's really bad that it all hit at the really bad time.
Well, and that's why Brazil is having so much trouble because of Carnival, which is the same thing. It's what they call Mardi Gras down there, and Brazil is struggling too right now. And so send some positive vibes down to the people of New Orleans. They're really going to be taking it hard. And if you went down there to have some fun, to party with the big boys, you need to self-quarantine, even if you feel fine now.
Another part of the concern with Louisiana and the spread is that people come from all over Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. They come out from all over the world for Mardi Gras.
Areas
those
rural areas don't have the healthcare system.
No, they don't.
It is not a good statewide healthcare system.
Right.
So just the way we face that same challenge in Illinois, with being 30 minutes from the closest hospital, or 60 minutes from the closest hospital, or an hour from the closest, emergency care, stroke center, anything. So, and you have to remember out there, it's even more remote.
Oh, you can be 3 to 4 hours from a hospital. And with the warmer climate, they're going to have a little more incubation period, we think. And we really don't know yet if the warmer climate does keep it going or if it kills it, because no studies have been done.
It's not going to kill it.
No.
It's already showing that in other countries.
Yeah, I know.
Not you. I'm talking about who said it.
Trump said that it would be over in April because it hates warm weather. Well,
because it gets warm.
Yeah.
So hold on a sec. Okay, I need to have a bit of a tantrum right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go off of this. So we have right now an epic outbreak that is ramping up and going to probably surpass percentage wise, not number of infected, just because of the pure population number,
Mm-hmm.
but percentage wise is going to explode in Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that we have these states who have gone on lockdown. Thank heaven for Governor Pritzker, a lot of these Democratic governors who have a freaking brain. Hell, even some of the Republican governors, I'm going to give some props to. All
Not
right.
Rick
I know, I
DeSantis.
know.
Not Rick
The ones that
DeSantis. Yeah.
I'm not going to give any props to Texas,
Florida.
to Florida, for God's sakes. There is a company that has digital thermometers and they've been selling them for 2 years, and they
Mm-hmm.
have an app that tracks through GPS the temperatures all around the country of anyone who purchased their thermometer. So
Really?
it automatically records the location, the GPS location, and any abnormal temperatures. And this company monitors it and they
Seems a
actually
little
use it.
intrusive.
Yeah, it freaked me out too,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm like, I don't have one of those and I don't think I want one. But what they do is they monitor it and they help health departments when they see spikes going up in
Mm-hmm.
fevers. They know that it's flu season. They can tell if it's community spread, how invasive it is,
Yeah,
and
I
they
can
can
see
get a
that.
2 day jump on a big outbreak.
Yeah.
So they are monitoring, like usual, all the different temperatures that their thermometers are recording. Now, granted, if somebody
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a thermometer, record it,
Mm-hmm.
but it is shows where all abnormal temperatures are. And then they remove all the ones, the average flu from the last 2 years, and take those numbers out. Florida is going to be lit up like a Christmas tree in about 5 days.
Well, Rick DeSantis is a complete and utter moron, and I
He's
think
an
Rick Scott.
asshole.
Well, Rick Scott is no
Marco
better.
Rubio, asshole.
What the hashtag Florida man,
Ted
Murray.
Cruz, asshole.
What is it in Florida? At one point I wanted to take my sawzall and go down there and just
Asshole.
cut it loose from the city, cut it loose from America and let it float away. Because what is going? I have one good friend that lives in Florida, and
Okay,
but yeah, she doesn't understand the people she lives with either. So
they're they're crazy.
yeah.
Anyway, so but we have these governors like Mississippi who has not
Uh,
closed down schools yet. And the argument that the administration is making is that, well, if it doesn't get to the rural places, then we can keep them open and then we can use them for labor for the rest of the world. I don't know what the hell the argument is.
maybe that's
But
it.
maybe this area, and people are going under the assumption that once you've had the virus, you become immune.
We know
We
that
do
that's not
not,
true.
well, we don't know for sure,
Well, there's
but we have found antibodies, but we've also seen it not. Stop saying we're going to be okay.
stop it. Let's talk a little bit about the miracle cure that they've been touting, the snake oil, because even our president has been touting a drug that I was prescribed for lupus that I was misdiagnosed with in the early 90s. And I was prescribed Plaquenil, which is exactly what they're talking about, to treat lupus that I didn't have, but had been diagnosed with lupus. And it about killed me. It made it so bad, Marie. It made me so sick that my lupus doctor, my rheumatologist, sent me home and told me, and I was 34 years old, and said to me, you're not responding to medication. I think you need to go home and get your affairs in order. And that was what they told me. Now, it
Oh,
turned,
that's
yeah,
awful.
I had a new baby. I mean, it took me a long time to have my
Oh,
daughter. So I had a new baby at home that was born in 94. And I was sick to death from being this misdiagnosis and this Plaquenil. The Plaquenil made it exponentially worse. And luckily found a new doctor, my wonderful doctor, Dr. Howard over in Seneca, Illinois, who's retiring. And she helped me get my drugs, the drugs that they had me on 9 different prescriptions, had them straightened out. And that was one of the first things she had me get off of. She says, it's killing you. I had fatty liver disease. It was horrible. So please, ladies and gentlemen, and you can have this drug around because it's used common in veterinary practices for other things. So a lot of people that have farms or exotics, you have this stuff already. Do not take it. Just like when somebody told me they were going to use bovine vaccine on people, it's not tested for people.
Okay,
The
so and you're
animal
right.
stuff.
This and it's not just people taking it. What it is it is the false hope
Yes,
that something is around the corner
a
to
magic
fix it and
pill.
we can all go back to normal. That is
No,
what is
it's
so
not going to
incredibly
happen, Marie.
dangerous.
That's not how this is going to work.
I mean, come on. We Darwinism isn't real. If we've seen anything looking at right-wing social media pages or sites or
Um,
posts,
we're
we
going to
know
have a
Darwinism doesn't happen or a lot would more would be gone from the earth. But like some
we're
days,
going to have a heck of a Darwin Awards show later on this year. I see it coming.
oh, oh my
The mega
goodness.
churches that
Like,
are, if you get it, we're going to cure you.
it
Good
would
luck
be
with
great
that.
if coronavirus infected stupid people. I
Only
mean,
the Federalist Society and Republicans. Anyway, but let's talk about some fancy Republicans. We have got to talk about Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, Tucker Carlson, Britt Hume, Trump, and our favorite Glenn Beck, because you know what they'd
ugh,
like you to do, ladies and gentlemen? They want to kill 8,200,000 older Americans to get our economy going again.
and
This
that's
is their
another
plan.
problem. Stop. That is another fucking problem. Oh, the
I'm
my
surprised it's the only time you've said that because believe me, I've been saying it.
so here's the biggest problem with it. Again, they're pitching this argument, and the
Yeah.
argument is valid and it's dangerous. They're saying that
As if it's just
only
going to
old
stop
people,
at
stop
old
saying
people. It's
that
not.
only people over 70, only 60, 40% of the cases are under the age of 40.
Yep.
40% of the cases we're talking about are young people. Here's the other thing, just because I don't have it and
Yep.
I'm young and I'm healthy
Yeah.
doesn't mean when I go back to work, I'm not going to spread it.
Right?
Asymptomatic transmission. It is mind boggling to me that you have the president, the
A bunch
people
of
who have
it's.
no business being in there, the
I want to
vice
see Glenn Beck's law medical degree
mm-hmm.
and Britt Hume. And Britt Hume,
Governors.
Trump, and the Stan Patrick guy and Tucker Carlson, all in their 70s, mid to late 70s. Let them die. And Glenn Beck, I want you to be the martyr and sacrifice yourself first, and then we'll take it from there. Because if you people
No,
aren't willing to get
what's
it and
gonna
die
happen?
first, it's not going to work for us.
They'll just be a super spreader and infect every human
Everybody.
being possible, and not the bad ones.
No.
And they'll still be around because karma is just not that
Well,
delicious.
I wanted to talk to you too, Marie, about a couple of the ultra billionaires, the very richest people. And I'm not talking about the 1%er, I'm talking about the top 10% of the 1%. And I want to let you know what some of the billionaires, which some people think should be a crime, are saying about us, the working people, and coronavirus. Dick Kovic, who is the former CEO of Wells Fargo, who's got an estimated net worth of $3 million. He says, we'll gradually bring those people back to work, meaning you and I, and see what happens. Some of them will get sick. Some may even die. I do not know. Do you want to take an economic risk or a health risk? You get to choose. Okay, I'm choosing to stay
No,
home.
because I'm not choosing to make a health risk for myself. That's another problem with that mercenary capitalism,
Right?
self-centered ideology. You're not making that choice for yourself. You're making that choice for everyone else.
Well, here's
And that is the Republican mantra. If there's no money, there's no power, and there's not a side deal in it,
they're not
screw you.
interested. Well, here's
Look
Tom
at the 9/11 responders. They are still fighting
to get
to get any sort of health care from saving lives. And guess what? The same thing is going to happen to our
yeah.
truck drivers,
Oh
to
yeah.
our to our
Grocery clerk. clerks, and my daughter's working at a grocery store right now. You know what? They gave her an extra
To our
$2 an hour.
cannabis store dispensers,
I
to our
know.
weedistas.
But Marie, why
Man, shout out to all my weedistas out there.
are they?
God bless you. God bless Pritzker for saying cannabis was, required.
Well, I'm, me. I drive down the road and I'm like, why is the liquor store open? Why is the gun store open? Why is the nail salon open? Why are these places open? Why is the cigarette store open? Aren't we in a health crisis? Do we really need those? Because you can get that at the gas station. All of
Well,
those things
listen,
except
I will
guns.
tell you
Yeah.
that people would cut someone if the liquor, if the smoke stores weren't open.
Yeah, but you can get that stuff at the gas
You can't get
stations.
that stuff if you are a cannabis user for medical or
Cannabis is
recreational.
different because people use it for medical
Medical.
use, like my husband. And I just want to say though, I don't think I don't know. I think we need to limit the spread and we need to close down more businesses. I think we're just too flexible right now. So, but I wanted to tell you that Lloyd Blankenfein, former CEO of Goldman Sachs, worth $1.1 billion, he said within a very few weeks, let those with lower risk to the disease return to work. Whatever happens, happens. There's a guy that owns this place called Paychecks with a net worth of $2.8 billion. And
He's a payday loan scammer,
oh
right?
yeah. Um, and he says the damages of keeping the
Oh, wait,
economy
no, I'm
closed.
sorry. He
No,
has a, that was incorrect.
yeah, but
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Don't
we'll look
strike
it up.
that from the,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
we'll
figure it
look it
out.
up. But he said the damages of keeping the economy closed could be far worse than losing a few more people. You're picking the better of two evils. It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous that they think that we can sacrifice lives. Um,
Now, think about it for a second, Heidi.
hmm
The folks that we talked about in the beginning,
Yeah,
the truck drivers, the factory workers, pharmacy techs, the
right.
grocery store clerks,
Yeah,
all those people who are putting their lives on the line
yeah,
to keep things going
yeah.
are the same ones these rich assholes are
hmm
saying, you guys go out, and if you get sick, maybe you get sick. If you die, maybe you die. That's how they're going to be treated when all this is
Reduce the
over.
surplus population.
That's how it's going to be treated when this is all done. They are going to go back. No one is going to remember how they got everything, kept everything going
Right,
during this. And
right.
and it's going to be horrible. It's not fair.
It's the robber barons of this century. It is the people
Mercenary
who are
capitalist.
mercenary capitalists. When we have people who are out there saying and promoting and advocating for the death of other people so the economy can get going, are you fucking kidding me? There, I said it.
When the president,
The
when
president.
when federal freaking legislators, senators, representatives, mayors, governors, when they put that, and at every fucking level
Yep.
of the response, we have seen this from the GOP. Don't tell me it's a let off. They're just crazy like David did. Yeah, there's a bunch of white supremacists out there too, assholes.
Yep.
This is who cares about you. They don't.
Well, here's the thing. You don't hear that rhetoric from a Democrat ever. Ever.
No, in
But
fact, the Democrats are the ones who stopped the first bill that was so horrible.
right.
But
you know well and here's the other thing, Murray, is that while the Democrats are fighting for the lives of 8,200,000 people, the Republicans are over there going, we're pro-life, we're pro-life.
I
No, the
and
fuck you
that
aren't.
and that is a topic for another day.
Oh well,
So
yeah,
I know, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing probably more of these since we're doing them remotely now, and we can annoy you whenever we want.
yeah. Oh my
We're
god,
going to
Murray,
be
we should
trying.
do a daily COVID update.
Done, done. I'm so
I'll come in
in.
from the barn and
Okay.
maybe I'll even wear my Carhartts in and when I'm on the
I
air
love
one
it. I
time.
love it. And now y'all can see my cute little face. All
Yeah.
right, but now I got to get camera ready though. Like it was like five
Why?
days of no showering.
Oh my
And
god.
then I had to, record, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should
Well, last time we
clean.
recorded and they couldn't see you, you said you were in your pajama jammy jams.
I
So,
was, but I was clean.
were you?
So
Oh,
it
well,
was
thank
only
God.
like 30 days.
We don't have
Yeah.
smell-o-vision, so that's good. But I
Right,
think,
and I still don't smell, but we do need a Target run because my kids are out of deodorant. And let me tell you, teenage boys getting a little gamey. So everyone is craving toilet paper. I'm kind of craving some deodorant sticks. If you want to send some my way, I would appreciate it.
now all the stores out by me are well stocked, and we don't have any problem. You need to move your mouse a little bit there, Murray. I think you might have bumped it. There you go. So it's really important when we do these remotes like this that we don't touch anything. Otherwise, we start fading out. And
Oh, I think it was just my connection, maybe.
maybe. Okay. So anyway, we're going to wrap up today because we're going long, and I hope you enjoyed our COVID connection conundrum.
COVID connection conundrum. I like it. All right. Thanks again for joining us. Please tune in. We'll be doing more of these and craziness, I'm sure. I'm even thinking about just getting on and ranting about nothing, and maybe now Heidi will too that we have.
Well,
So, you guys,
I want to teach everybody how to make your own auger plates so you can teach your kids to be little scientists. Because when I homeschooled my kids, that's the kind of shit we did. So
okay. Well, join us again, Heartland Mamas, MAMAS.com.
Find us on
USA.
Demcast, anywhere you get your podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, share. And thanks again for your time. You take care now.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. See you later. Bye bye.